Coffee is a beloved beverage enjoyed by millions worldwide. It's more than just a drink. It's a ritual, a moment of pause in our busy lives. Whether it's a morning necessity or an afternoon pick-me-up, coffee has a special place in our hearts. It provides that much-needed energy boost to kickstart our mornings. The aroma alone can be enough to wake us up and get us ready to face the day ahead. For many, the day doesn't truly begin until that first sip of coffee.
The caffeine in coffee acts as a stimulant, increasing alertness and focus. This can be particularly beneficial when we need to concentrate on important tasks or stay sharp during long meetings. This can be especially helpful during early work hours or late-night study sessions. Students and professionals alike often turn to coffee to help them power through demanding schedules and tight deadlines.
But while coffee offers numerous benefits, it's crucial to understand its impact on our sleep. Drinking coffee too late in the day can disrupt our natural sleep patterns, making it harder to fall asleep at night. Many people rely on coffee to feel more awake and productive. It's a go-to solution for combating drowsiness and staying alert, especially during long work hours or intense study sessions. The taste and aroma of coffee are also quite enjoyable. There's something comforting about the rich, bold flavor and the warm, inviting scent that makes coffee a favorite for many.
However, excessive coffee consumption can interfere with our sleep patterns. Drinking too much coffee, especially in the afternoon or evening, can lead to difficulty falling asleep and staying asleep. This can lead to a vicious cycle of relying on more caffeine to combat fatigue. Over time, this can affect our overall health and well-being, making it important to enjoy coffee in moderation. Caffeine has a surprisingly long half-life, which might come as a surprise to many coffee lovers. This means that once you consume caffeine, it takes a considerable amount of time for our bodies to process and eliminate it completely. The half-life of caffeine is about 5 to 7 hours, which is quite significant when you think about it.
To put this into perspective, if you consume 200 milligrams of caffeine, which is roughly the amount in a strong cup of coffee, half of it, which is 100 milligrams, will still be in your system after 5 to 7 hours. This lingering presence of caffeine in your body can have various effects, especially if you are sensitive to it.
This long half-life explains why that afternoon cup of coffee can affect your sleep, even if you feel like you can fall asleep easily. The caffeine can linger in your system for many hours, disrupting the quality of your sleep and making it less restful. Even if you manage to fall asleep, the presence of caffeine can lead to more frequent awakenings and lighter sleep stages.
You might not have trouble falling asleep initially, but you may find yourself waking up more often during the night. This can result in a feeling of restlessness and a lack of deep, restorative sleep, which is crucial for overall health and well-being. Understanding the half-life of caffeine can help you make more informed decisions about your coffee consumption, especially if you are sensitive to its effects. By timing your caffeine intake wisely, you can enjoy your favorite beverages without compromising your sleep quality. So the next time you reach for that afternoon cup of coffee, remember its long-lasting effects and plan accordingly for a good night's sleep.
While caffeine doesn't always prevent you from falling asleep, it can significantly impact sleep quality.
Even if you fall asleep, caffeine can disrupt your sleep cycle, leading to less restful sleep. This can manifest as difficulty staying asleep, frequent awakenings, or vivid dreams.
Over time, consistently poor sleep due to caffeine consumption can lead to daytime fatigue, irritability, and difficulty concentrating. This can create a vicious cycle of relying on more caffeine to combat the very fatigue it contributes to.
It's important to remember that quality sleep is just as important as the number of hours you sleep.
The amount of caffeine that affects sleep varies from person to person. However, most experts recommend limiting daily caffeine intake to 400 milligrams for healthy adults. This is roughly equivalent to 4 cups of brewed coffee.
Pregnant women are advised to limit their caffeine intake even further, to under 200 milligrams daily. This is because caffeine can cross the placenta and affect the developing baby.
It's always a good idea to consult with your doctor about your caffeine intake, especially if you have any underlying health conditions.
Timing is key. Strategic coffee consumption for better sleep.
The timing of your caffeine consumption plays a crucial role in how it affects your sleep. To minimize sleep disruptions, avoid consuming caffeine close to bedtime. It's best to finish your last cup of coffee at least 6 hours before you plan to sleep. This allows enough time for the caffeine to be metabolized and for its effects to wear off. If you need an afternoon pick-me-up, consider a short walk, a healthy snack, or a cup of decaffeinated coffee or tea.
Caffeine sensitivity. Not everyone reacts the same.
It's important to note that caffeine sensitivity varies widely among individuals. Some people can consume large amounts of caffeine without experiencing any sleep disturbances. Others may find that even a small amount of caffeine in the evening makes it difficult to fall asleep. Pay attention to how your body responds to caffeine. If you notice that caffeine consumption is affecting your sleep, consider reducing your intake or adjusting the timing of your coffee breaks.
Evening alternatives, enjoying warm beverages without the buzz.
If you enjoy a warm beverage in the evening, there are plenty of caffeine-free options to choose from. Decaf coffee offers the taste and aroma of coffee without the stimulating effects of caffeine. Herbal teas like chamomile, lavender, and valerian root are known for their calming properties and can promote relaxation before bed. These beverages can be a soothing part of your evening routine, helping you unwind and prepare for a restful night's sleep. Experiment with different blends and flavors to find what you enjoy most.
Section 8. Practical tips for coffee lovers. Balancing indulgence and rest. Coffee is a beloved beverage for many, offering a comforting ritual and a boost of energy. However, it's important to find a balance between enjoying your favorite brew and ensuring it doesn't interfere with your rest. You don't have to give up coffee entirely to enjoy a good night's sleep. With a few mindful adjustments, you can savor your coffee and still get the rest you need. Here are some practical tips for coffee lovers. These tips will help you balance your love for coffee with the necessity of a good night's sleep.
Be mindful of your intake. It's easy to lose track of how much coffee you're consuming throughout the day. Track your daily coffee consumption to ensure you're staying within a reasonable limit. Keeping a log can help you identify patterns and make adjustments as needed.
Time your coffee breaks strategically. The timing of your coffee intake can significantly impact your sleep quality. Avoid caffeine close to bedtime to minimize sleep disruptions. Try to have your last cup of coffee at least 6 hours before you plan to go to bed.
Choose decaf or herbal alternatives. These options allow you to enjoy the taste and ritual of a warm beverage without the caffeine. Enjoy the taste and ritual of a warm beverage without the caffeine. Herbal teas and decaf coffee can be great substitutes, especially in the evening.
Prioritize sleep hygiene. Good sleep hygiene is crucial for a restful night. Establish a relaxing bedtime routine. Create a sleep-conducive environment and limit exposure to screens before bed. These practices can help signal to your body that it's time to wind down, and aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep. Consistent quality sleep is essential for overall health and well-being. By balancing your coffee intake and prioritizing good sleep habits, you can enjoy the best of both worlds.
Section 9. The importance of quality sleep. Beyond just feeling rested. Quality sleep is essential for our physical and mental well-being. It allows our bodies to repair and rejuvenate, strengthens our immune system, and supports cognitive function.
When we don't get enough sleep, or if our sleep is constantly disrupted, it can have significant consequences for our health and well-being. Chronic sleep deprivation is linked to an increased risk of various health problems, including obesity, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and depression.
Getting enough quality sleep is one of the best things you can do for your overall health.
Section 10. Making gradual changes. Transitioning to better sleep habits. If you're accustomed to consuming large amounts of caffeine, it's best to reduce your intake gradually. Suddenly cutting back on caffeine can lead to withdrawal symptoms like headaches, fatigue, and irritability.
Gradually decrease your intake over several days or weeks to minimize these effects. Start by cutting back on 1 cup of coffee per day or replacing your afternoon coffee with a decaf alternative.
Small, sustainable changes are more likely to lead to long-term success.
Section 11. Listen to your body, the best guide to caffeine consumption. Ultimately, the best guide to caffeine consumption is your own body. Pay attention to how you feel after consuming caffeine.
If you notice any negative effects on your sleep, adjust your intake accordingly. Remember, everyone is different. What works for one person may not work for another.
Find what works best for you and enjoy a healthy balance between your love for coffee and a good night's sleep.